Geek Squad? It's your boy Cleet the Geek. I'm back with another banger. That's right, man. I'm back in here. NBA 2K24 is out, if you don't already know. And man, they got a whole new badge system. So I wanted to dive right in and explain it from what I picked up on it. You know, it's still season 1, so there's a lot to learn. I think we're going to find out more as the year progresses, right? We'll find out in season 2. They're going to be making tweaks. But so far, you know, I've been grinding. I've used the badge grinding method. I have a video about that. You'll see it in the description. You also can see it on my channel. Check it out. It really works, man. It's a badge grinding method for street ball quests. And if you do that, man, you're gonna get your badges grinded up quickly. But anyway, I worked on that. I started playing in the rank. I played a lot of my career games. You'll see in a second why I played so many. And the reason I did so that I can start to work on this badge, this new badge system, right? Understanding it and really getting my badges in the best place so that I can, you know, continue to work on the badges and also keep them at the place that they are. So that's gonna make a lot more sense in a few minutes as I explain this thing. Trying to not make this video too long, but this badge system is complex, all right? So let's dive into it. Basically, to start off, right, let's go to badges. So you got this whole new badge system where you got the tiers. You got a C tier, B tier, A tier, and S tiers, right? Now, as you can see, I'm in Hall of Fame. I'm in gold in some of these badges already because I've grinded in both the street ball method that I have in that other video, but then also I grinded in my career, right? And I had to do that because I needed it for the badge perks. The badge perks is something new this year, just like these tiers are new, right? So the way that it works, if we back out, we go to quests. When you go to quests and you go to side quests, you're gonna see, and mine might not be there because I just finished all of them. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I only have to perform it. So I would have to go to completed. On you guys, it's gonna be under side. But if you go here, and let's just see if I can get to one of these, right? So you got Red Thompson, excuse me, you got Cade Cunningham, and then you have Josh Giddey. Those are so you see the overdrive badge tier. So what I had to do for each of the tiers, you have to go and talk to one of these other characters in the game, right? Well, players in the game. So you got Josh Giddey, you got to go talk to him for the overdrive tier 1. And the way that I did it, I followed one of these other guys. I can't recall his name right now, but in order to kind of check them all off at the same time, I went to each of the players in the city, talked to all of them at the same time, and then I went into the game modes to fulfill the objective. All right. So I give you an example for the overdrive B. If I go back, overdrive, go to progress. If I go to badge perks to get all 4 of these in place, I had to go and do the 4 missions that it required in the 4 quests. I had to go do those in order to get this, you know, this perk. All right. Now, before I dive into how I did it, let's talk about what this perk does. So the overdrive perk, what it does is it gives you extra progression on the badges that you're able to choose here. So right here, right now, I'm working on my special delivery badge, and I'm doing that in I'm doing that in my career, to be honest with you guys, because all I'm doing is just throwing lobs to the computer. Obviously, if you can get some good runs in the rec and you can throw some in the rec, that's going to give you a lot of points as well. But what this overdrive, excuse me, perk does is it gives you extra progression on that particular badge that you were able to choose. And depending on how you made your build, it's going to determine what, like for instance, a big has certain badges that fall in their C tier. And if you have a shooter, they have different badges that fall in that C tier, right? So depending on your build type, it's going to determine what badges falls in the different tiers, C, B, A, and S, okay? Now, with the C tier, with this particular one, when you have whatever badges you have available under that tier, it's going to appear right here, and you can use that to progress it. So in this case, I'm working on special delivery for my B tier, for my C tier. For my B tier, I get to choose from these, right? So right now I'm working on needle threader, and the reason I'm choosing needle threader because you see I'm almost at gold. So once I hit gold, I'll probably switch that to a movable force. Now, one thing to take into mind, a badge can only fit in one of these categories at a single time. So for instance, if I were to try to apply needle threader to immunity, then it's going to take it out of overdrive. Okay, so but anyway, overdrive, just to define it, overdrive, what it does is it allows you to get extra progression on those particular badges that you select. Okay, now for immunity, what it does is it slows the badge from regressing, excuse me. So here's something that's new this year. Instead of being able to, I know last year there was like 3 tiers and you had to get to the certain tier, the bottom tier to get those like badges, to get your Hall of Fame badges and all that stuff like that, right? Well, you could get Hall of Fame in all 3 tiers, but you remember how 23 was. 23 wasn't the best. This year, I don't know how I feel about it yet, but the way that it works is you get all of your badges that when you make your build, you have all of the potential to get your badges to the Hall of Fame, gold, silver, bronze. In order to progress that badge, you have to actually use the badge. So this can be difficult at times because if you are a big man, I can only speak for big men right now. If I am a dominant, rebounding, defensive build type of playing big man, then I'm gonna have the Hall of Fame and the gold, rebounding, rebound chaser, and box out beast, right? I might have, if I'm setting picks, I might have what is my box out one called? Sorry, not box out, but the now I gotta go look at it because it's gonna bother me. What is it called? Oh, there we go. Brick wall, right? I might have brick wall if I'm setting picks and things like that. So if you are that type of player, then those badges are naturally going to go up, right? But if you're not finishing, you're not scoring, your your what is it called? Your I can't think of nothing right now, man. What's wrong with me, man? All right, hold on. Let me back up. So let's go down here. Okay, here we go. So your fast twitch or your rise up, right? If you're not scoring as much, those are going to go down. So now what this immunity perk does is it stops that regression from happening so effectively. So as you're playing games in the rec and in my career and street ball and all of the other modes, you're not going to lose as much badge progression, right? You can gain it, you can keep gaining it, but you're not, it's going to stop the amount of percentage you lose. Moving on to drill savant, that is about your practice. So basically any badge you put here, if you go into practice mode, you're going to get extra progression on those badges that you have selected. Now I haven't confirmed if you have to actually do those particular drills with that badge is associated with to get that, or if it just works overall. But I'll confirm that and I'll try to come back later and make a video or something. Scholar, I'm be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like I got opportunity to get Scholar badge, but I have those badges doing other things right now. But from what I understand with the Scholar, and I'm reading here, basically it's like all for nothing, or you get all or nothing. You get all or you get nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. So in essence, you're gonna get extra progression towards that badge if you finish with a minus or better in a rec game and a park game, whatever have you. But if you don't, if you get a lower grade than that, then you get no progression. So in all these other scenarios, and in the general scenario, you're going to get progression to that build, to that badge, whether you have an A grade or not. But with this is going to give you some extra percentage if you know what I mean, if you get the A grade or minus A or better, you're going to get extra. But if you don't make that, you get nothing. So it's kind of like, it's up to you if you want to take that risk. But anyway, that's the breakdown of these perks, right? These perks are important because they're going to be vital for you growing your progressing your badges. Now, this tab here, this is based off of your level this year, right? So we're all familiar with going to level 40, and now 2K has introduced the pay to play into 2K. It's already been there, but now it's definitely in here. You can just buy your way to 40. So I'm not as concerned, with this one here, because at the worst case scenario, say I spend a few bucks and I can get to, you got to get to level 21 to activate this badge for season 1, and it only gonna give you one badge, so you get to choose one badge that you set at silver. So no matter what happens, even better than the immunity badge, this says it's nothing that can happen that's gonna make it go lower than silver. And then you got to get to level 40 to get the gold floor setter. So I'm going to do that this season so that I can definitely get, for me, what's most important is rebounding, because I'm a big and I like to play the defense and rebound. So I'm going to put a rebound chaser here. And then season 2, when I hit it, then I can put another one, right? So this is an incentive for you guys to be playing the game. This is what they set it up. You get to level 21, you get your silver set, and then you get to level 40, and every time you get to level 40, you'll be able to take advantage of locking in a badge so that it never goes down. But that's the name of the game this year. It's like, you got to be consistent in your play style, and you got to do things to make sure your badge don't go down. So you got to make sure you're thinking all these things when you're playing. If you're passing, you got to keep passing, right? You can't just stop passing and expect your badges to stay up there, right? If you're finishing, if you're shooting, the list goes on. Now, performance, this one is very similar to the perk. I think it's over the scholar perk. I think this is like an overall thing. I haven't tapped into this yet, but I plan to make a video about this later. But if you read it, it tells you what you have to do to get this effect, and it's the same thing, right? It does the exact same thing that this one badge does, but I think this is to your overall badge level progression. NBA finishes. Yeah, I wonder, I gotta see how this works, if it goes towards your overall badges, if it goes towards specific badges, so I'll have more on that one. But that's the breakdown of this system, this robust system. Now, let's take a look at badges really quickly. This quick badge DNA thing shows you what badges you're naturally progressing the most. So as you can see, I'm not lying to you guys, I'm a rebounder, interior defense, and passing, right? Those are the things that I do much. You see I'm using a lot of strength things. I'm probably getting that strength from my, from using the, what is it called? Brick wall. Because I set a lot of picks, both in my career mode and rec, and so on and so forth. Let's dive a little deeper into the badges. So let's see, you got the trends. The trends tell you, if you go, you got the regular badge view, right? And it gives you all this information about that particular badge that you're on. And then you can just go to an overall view of all the trends, right? So you can see how your badges are trending: C tier, B tier, A tier, S tier, and so on and so forth, right? So this is really helpful. It lets you know what to watch out for. So if I'm looking at this, it also tells you which one you have perks on, which is cool. But if I'm looking at this, I'm gonna say, all right, man, all right, I need to watch my chase down artists. I need to get, so next time I go into the game, another rec game or whatever, I need to be looking for some chase down opportunities, or if I go in my career or whatever have you. And then you go through this and you do the same thing. It's like, okay, my workhorse, I need to find out more opportunities for that. You notice my playmaker, my post playmaker was doing really well when I was playing a lot of season games. But now I've been playing a little bit more rec, so you don't get that opportunity that often, right? But last thing I'll say before I end this video, I'm sure this video is longer than I wanted, but it's all good. Last thing I'll say is how to get this, right? How to get these perks, right? So once again, you want to go, it's going to be your quest is going to be a side mission. It's going to be Kate. Let me go to my completed. I can tell you the names. It's going to be Josh Giddey, Kate Cunningham, and Red Thompson. Red Thompson is for the drills, the drill savant. Kate is the immunity, and then Josh is override. And then you'll get the way that you get the. Let me go back real quick. The way that you get the progression. No, not boost badges. Okay. The way that you get the scholar perk is you have to do. You'll see in your quest, there's this quest for the scholar one, right? And you do it the same way. But what I'm saying, the trick is you go and talk to all the guys at the same time, so that while you're going into the game to do the objective, which is, you gotta play like 5 NBA games, which is the career mode. That's why I end up playing so many career mode games. I told you I would come back and tell you guys. So you have to play 5 and then 7 and then 12. So if you just sit there and you just, put on the show, man, put it on 5 minutes, put it on pro, whatever you want to, man, and just play those games, you're gonna get those, these perks unlocked, so that it allows you to choose all of these badges here, because it comes with everything locked like this, right? So you want to then come back and say, all right, let me go ahead and do those quests so I can unlock these things, and now I can use these to my advantage, right? I'm going to overdraft the ones that I really want to get up. I'm going to put a immunity block on the ones that I don't want to go down, and then I'm going to go to practice and try to work on and get some extra badge points for these, and then I'll put the ones in here which I think I would mainly do this stuff for my career mode, because you can get an A- or better in there. Depending on how good you are in the rank, you might have some trouble in the park. So anyway, guys, hope this is helpful. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. Try to go to channel, trying to continue to bring content like this to you guys. This is the badge system explained in my best ability. Of course, I don't know everything. I'm not a developer. This is just my interpretation of it. So in the comments, feel free to let me know stuff that I missed, because I want to learn too. All right, we in this thing together. We try to dominate, man, and I gotta be honest, 2K is giving me some incentive to be a level 40, because last year I just wasn't interested in the gimmicky, 40 level prizes. Those just 22, they were cool, it was new, but then it was like, okay, you're still doing the same thing. I don't want a mascot again. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new, right? But now I have some incentive to, like, man, if I want to be dominant, if I want my build to stay at a dominant level, then I need to get myself up, right? And then for me, who's a career guy, right? I don't have time to play all day. Man, if I have to buy myself to where I need to go, I ain't complaining, right? Now, to the hardcore gamer who's doing this full time, I can understand your frustration. But hey, man, they're trying to catch people everywhere that they are. So hope y'all enjoy the content. Like and subscribe. Y'all be safe. Take it easy.